Howdy, folks. It's your old pal Keeping It Country. Well, we're going to let you know what we're doing for 2025 on Keeping It Country, Kicks Corner, all things Kicks related, and Kicks Media. With that being said, let's jump right in to what the plan is for 2025. We're going to exclusively post, like, follow, and promote 3 of the very talented artists out of all the ones that I follow. This is not to demean or take away from any of the other awesome artists that I follow. It's just when you're following 3,000 artists, it's hard to keep up with the postings and all things that they do. If you're trying to do that, then something's going to get left out, or it's going to be miscombobulated and kind of not fluid and confusing for some. So with that said, let's jump into the 3 artists that I've picked for 2025. The very first is a very multi-talented, Grammy-nominated Miss Tiffany Ashton. I will provide the website links so that you can follow them on all their social medias below this video, so that you may go to their website, read their bios, see what they're about, and follow them on all their social medias to keep up with their latest content and shows, tours, and festivals. The second young lady is the very talented, as well as numerous nominations for numerous awards, Miss Julia Cole. Julia has an awesome team. We affectionately call ourselves Cole Team, and she does too. She has a very large following. And the third, but by no means least, is Miss Kirsty Kraus, another very talented and multiple award winner and nominated artist in her own right. I've picked these 3 to exclusively follow, repost their postings, repost any of their tour schedulings, personal appearances, meet and greets, awards, like they need more. Of course, you know how this industry is. Here today, gone tomorrow. So, with all that being said, this is the path I've chosen. Now, I could continue on with the thousands of artists that I do follow. Awesome, all in their own rights. And be confusing with the post, because you're posting about this person and then you're posting about that person, and next thing you know, yeah, I've got 3,000 posts, but that's a lot to try to do in a day or in an 8-hour period of time, or even in an hour period of time. What I'm trying to do is consolidate down, and in this case, less is going to be more. So I will, as I stated before, I will be posting their website links below this video. You can click onto their websites, go in and read about who they are, what they are, some of their accolades, along with all of their social media links, so that you can follow along on their journeys and find out when they're coming near you. This has been something I've been toying with for a couple of years, but I had to get a grasp on, and I've had a few incidents on my own personal side of things that's kept me from being able to do some of the things that I wanted to do and how I wanted to do them. So I had to wait until I was in a place where I could do it. These artists are definitely some of the most talented, I won't even say rising artists, because they are established artists of their own right now. Howsoever, with that being said, we all know that independent artists are independent artists. It's hard for them to put out new music. You know, all their expenses, they don't, some have minor sponsorships, some don't, but, normally, let's take a Taylor Swift, you have a record label. They're paying all that upfront expense. They're paying for your traveling expenses. They're paying for this and paying for that. Independent artists aren't necessarily that way. Most all of their expenses, if not all, come out of their own pocket. That's why I do what I do with me, myself, and I. Because this doesn't cost them a thing. It costs me my time and a little bit of effort to go in and produce a video once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, however long I'm going to end up posting for. But it doesn't cost them a thing, but yet it's gaining them exposure and giving them more platforms on my Tumblr, on my Twitter, on my TikTok, on my Facebook, on my Instagram, on multiple other social media platforms, along with some of the people whom I have that follow me, my fans, my supporters. They'll, post or share, like, comment on their social medias, which are a lot are worldwide. I mean, we're Australia, the UK, Europe, Asia, South America, Canada, everywhere, worldwide. And the more exposure we can give these artists, the better off and the more productive they become, because this is what it's all about for them. Their fan bases, their music, getting out to the masses, seeing all those nice and kind responses. And I'm not going to say that they can immediately reply or respond to you. I can only speak from my own personal experience. These 3 are the top 3 that no matter if I don't do anything but put an emoji on their posting, they always take the time to say, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for being my fan. Thank you for being my friend. Thank you. That means more than anything, especially to let's call it what it is, a fanboy. I'm a fanboy of all these young ladies. And I totally am 100% committed and behind all of their music. I'm not going to say that I like every single song. I'm not going to say, but I am not going to be critical of any of them either. My thing and my job is to help support and communicate their messages, what they're trying to get out to their audiences, and have people come out and help support them by showing up to their shows, their venues, their meet and greet signing sessions, all things musically related. We're not going to get into the politics of it. We're not going to get into the negativity of this or the negativity of that. We want to keep it all positive and forward moving. So, with all of that said, folks, I wish and hope everyone had a great and wonderful New Year's. I hope you have a prosperous New Year's this year and in coming years. And may you always be safe and feel loved. So this is your old pal keeping it country. And until we meet again, remember to love one another. Remember to be kind to one another. And until we meet again, peace! All right, folks. Kick here. Let's get to the Kick's Country Corner part of this show. Professionalism. Remember, there are always eyes upon you. And this is especially for my younger artists that I follow. And I want to let know the way you dress is the way that people are going to expect when they show up to your shows for you to be dressed. So if you're going to dress one way and then dress the other, you're going to confuse your people. Perfect example, Taylor Swift, this latest Eras tour. For each one of her eras, she went back and dressed according to what that music was when she put out. And on all those tours, those were the clothes that she wore. That's professionalism. Always conduct yourself in a professional manner. You never know whose eyes are watching you. And trust me, there are eyes watching you. This is your old pal keeping it country. Remember to love one another. Remember to be kind to one another.